welcome to Titan Radio Live, a collaboration effort between Titan TV and Titan Radio. I'm your host, Raven Bennett-Burns, and today in the studio we have Asi Fui. Take it away, you guys. I'm so happy to have you guys here. Can you guys introduce yourselves?
My name is Tati.
My name is Miguel.
And my name is Ryan.
Well, welcome to the studio. How did you guys start Asi Fui?
It started off just kind of jamming, and there wasn't really much of an intention to start a band, but we got asked to play shows when people started finding out that we were playing together, and it just became this now. It's been 5 years together.
And I've heard that, Tati, you kind of have like a weird path to starting to do music. Can you tell some more about that?
Well, I didn't really like grow up playing. I played like a lot of sports, but I got into art soon after high school and started like writing songs and lyrics, and I used to have a lot of stage fright, but when we started playing together, it kind of like boosted my confidence and forced me into being okay with playing in front of people. So, just kind of get used to it.
Yeah, especially being the lead too.
Yeah, I didn't plan for this.
And what about you guys?
I got started playing guitar when I was about 18. And all that was around were like hardcore bands at the time. Well, that and hip hop, but obviously I was gonna play hardcore just because that's what all my friends were playing. And then I moved to Long Beach when I was 22, and it was just a whole different music scene. So I started playing bass for a while, and I did that for about 8 years in a number of bands. And then I started playing guitar again when I met these guys, and I was like, I need to play guitar again. And that's basically where we are now.
Cool. I've heard that you kind of had some more hardcore punk stuff in your path to here.
Well, I went through a lot of phases, I guess. But yeah, I played hardcore and punk when I was younger in high school. And then I was in all kinds of bands, experimental, instrumental bands, and I was in a band called Free Moral Agents, and actually Miguel was in a band called Wild Pack of Canaries, and I was in a band called Free Moral Agents, and we used to play, our bands would play together a lot and do little road trips and stuff like that. And so then when Tati played me some demos that her and our other friend were doing, I heard that and I was like, oh, this is really cool. So we started jamming with that. And then I was like, I wonder what Miguel's doing, So that's when I gave him a call, and it all came together.
Very serendipitous. So especially, I can kind of hear that kind of harder edge to, especially when you're playing on the drums. But I kind of get the feeling that your band is more of like a funk kind of, less crazy, more chill kind of.
Yeah.
How does that like kind of weave into the fabric of your guys' sound?
I don't know. All these grooves just keep coming out, and it's just like, I think of it as like how your body sways when you listen to music, and what I like when I hear music, and it kind of just translates into what we play, which I listen to way more like soul and R&B stuff than they do. So I think I kind of bring that kind of edge to it.
So how do you guys like, from the beginning, the inkling of a song to the end in the studio, what's that look like?
Our process, we don't try to force anything too much. We just get in the studio, and one of us will come up with an idea, or we'll just, start playing something, and then we all start joining in, and then lyrics come out, and it becomes a song. And we try not to force things out too much. And if it's not working, we kind of move on to the next.
It depends. Sometimes, like the song Gold that we played, that song, I came into our rehearsal studio, and she was playing the bass line, and I was like, that's a song. And the song was written in, I don't know, an hour and a half or something. Some songs, you edge and edge and edge away at them for maybe weeks, and then maybe one day, 6 months later, it's like, oh wait, this is finally right now. So it just kind of depends.
Cool. I've also heard that, Tati, you also do a lot of visual art.
Yeah.
And I think I read somewhere that when you go into a piece, you kind of go in blindly. Mm-hmm. Does any of that kind of thought process go into your music?
Definitely. Like I was saying, like I don't like to force things, and just kind of like, it's almost like catching a butterfly or something, just like ideas come about and certain inspirations come about, and you just kind of try to catch that wave and see where it takes you, instead of, again, trying to force an idea out, or like, I have these lyrics, this is the song. A lot of times, like I might have lyrics, but then I morph them to like fit the song a little bit better. So
you kind of you're allowing yourself to have inspiration kind of come in and changed the course.
Definitely.
A lot of course and path talk today.
Yeah.
So what kind of are your guys' biggest inspirations, especially when it comes to music?
I feel like we're all over the place. Like each of us individually definitely have different inspirations, which probably like attributes to why our music sounds the way it does, which is kind of hard to like pinpoint. But I really like jazz and soul and R&B and I don't know. I guess you guys can answer your inspiration.
I mean, it's hard to say bands. Like for me, it's more like I listen to a lot of guitar players, mainly Jeff Beck, but I'm not gonna get into names.
Yeah, I guess I listen to a lot of and get inspired by a lot of modern avant-garde pop kind of stuff. Like, you know, nothing crazy, but bands like Grizzly Bear, or St. Vincent, or Bjork, things like that, Beck. You know, something that is a little bit different than the mainstream pop, but still is very catchy and melodic, but also goes cool places and creates a world. I think that's kind of the only super strong intention, I think, that from my perspective is with our music is that we create a world or create some kind of thick vibe. Yeah.
That's really interesting. And you were saying, like, pinning down that vibe. Do you have, like, any ideas of what it could be, or what have other people said about your guys' sound, and whether or not you agree with that?
Yeah, it's definitely the hardest question to answer, but like from what people have said, they're like, "Oh, you guys are like Pink Floyd, but like Portishead." But that's like what we've gotten the most, I guess. So to answer that, which I'll take it. I'm down.
So when you guys play live, what are you like trying to bring to that, and what kind of like what songs are you like the most excited to play, and what songs are you like not?
Well, obviously the newer ones
our
are
least
more
favorite
exciting.
songs for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now it's like just all our new stuff. We're not signed or anything, so we don't have any obligation to play our old material. And we've written a lot in the past year, and we just recorded an EP. So we focus on all our new music, and we play, I think, 1 or 2 from our last album in our sets. But, yeah.
This is accurate.
We like to keep it fresh.
Yeah. Whatever
fresh.
is currently inspiring you, that's what you should play the most. I
That's
think.
nice. So how has your guys' kind of sound, especially since you've been doing music since like 2015, how has that kind of transitioned or like reformed since you started playing music?
Well, the band started as Tati and our friend Jacob, who was in the band, played keyboards. They kind of started it as almost like a little side project with beats and stuff, and Tati would sing, and that's what the demos I heard and was like, oh wow, this could go somewhere, this is really cool. And then we played, you know, a lot of shows over the last few years with our friend Jacob. And then about a year and change ago, he had to leave the band for, you know, his own personal reasons. And we accepted that and wished him luck. And since then, it was kind of, how do we do this as a 3-piece? And can we do this as a 3-piece? And how do we fill the space that, you know, the void that was left by him not being there? And Miguel is a really versatile guitar player and really paints a lot of colors all over like the rhythm section that we lay down. So that was kind of the solution to that. And so, yeah, it's just kind of evolved from that.
Cool. And you were saying that you guys aren't signed, so you don't really have any obligation to do basically anything. So
we'll play your quinceañera if you want us to.
Can you play my wedding? So how do you guys deal with like all the like management side of like tours and shows and marketing and online stuff? How do you...
DIY.
Yeah.
do it all.
Toddy does most, if not almost all of that stuff. She's just got a knack for that.
Yeah, I guess. Someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'll just be in our studio playing and no one will ever hear us play. But yeah.
We wouldn't want that.
Just got to plant seeds and just take opportunities and reach out to people and just try to play shows and put ourselves out there, get content and videos and all that.
How involved are you guys with the Long Beach music scene? Like, do you like go on tours with people, and how like connected are you guys to the rest of the music?
Well, we have yet to really go on any tours, to be honest. We're kind of focusing on recording and working on our songs, which is the most important thing for us before like spending a bunch of money on a tour where no one's gonna like see us play, when like we have a tough enough time drawing in our own hometown sometimes. But I think it's just a matter of like, in regards to like the Long Beach scene, is we book a lot of shows with other Long Beach bands, and like right now we have a residency all month. We have a lot of Long Beach bands joining us with that, and yeah, a lot of collabs. And
are there any bands that are some of your favorites to work with?
They all suck. No. Yeah, who's our favorites? We like playing with our friends. They're called Drugs. Our friend JP, who engineered our last record and mixed our last record, he is in that band, and he's in a ton of bands. Rudy Deandas was in the band that Miguel was in, and he plays a lot in LA and Long Beach. We always love
Bobby Blunders.
playing with Rudy. Bobby Blunders is another project that we share a lot of stages with. Yeah.
All right. Well, can we hear some more?
yeah, of
Sure.
course.
Running after what does matter? Don't hide in your don't hide in your set yourself free. Just know what you could be. Don't hide in your dark. Don't hide in your you can say you are so innocent. Speak out, speak out. The right is yours. Don't let the fear instill destroy. They lie, they smile, they'll run and hide. We know the truth will come to light. We wait, we fight for what is ours. Take down the evil that is mad. Control your hungry ghost is ever hunting. Control your hungry ghost is ever hunting. When in doubt, light your candle for the blessed. If you say your insides are calling, control your hungry ghost is ever hunting. Control your hungry ghost is ever hunting. Speak out, the right is yours. Don't let the fear instill destroy. They lie, they smile, they run and hide. We know the truth will come to light. We know the truth will come to light. We know the truth will come to light.
My God. Like you were talking about like avant-garde drum beats and like, oh yeah. But like I've never heard anything like that before. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I don't know what to classify you guys as. I think you guys are just Asi Fui. Speaking of which, where did the name Asi Fui come from?
Well, that was something my grandmother used to write on her photos of her youth. So she would write like where she was going and what she was doing and sign it off Asi Fui, which translates to like, this is how I was or this is how I went.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So to follow that up, can we hear another one?
Of course.
Wow. My God. Just punch after punch with you guys. I love it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
If you could perform with anybody, like living or dead, who would you want to perform with?
That's a tough one.
That's
Like the-
impossible.
Best, biggest dream.
Queens of the Stone Age?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if it would be anything that we would maybe match up with that we actually like look up to would probably be like Queens of the Stone Age. They're just awesome.
Jimi Hendrix. She
But
said
then
a
it's
lot.
also
She said
considering like,
living or
you know,
dead.
who would we like align with like vibe-wise.
Is there a concert that you would want to see, living or dead? Like
So many.
you guys, the two of you in a room, the
Nina
best
Simone.
concert.
I think Nina Simone for me, for sure.
John Coltrane.
Yeah, Miles Davis.
I mean, obviously Hendrix.
Marvin
Yeah.
Gaye.
These are some great
Bill
choices.
Withers.
These are all the right answers.
How long you got?
Well, in regards to like the music industry as a whole, is there anything about it that you wish was like different, especially for people who like get really big and you have to like deal with all this stuff?
We
Yeah.
probably wish it was easier to make a living as a musician.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That would be
Definitely.
what I would say.
Yeah, and also like you see how much like they tour these artists, and it's like they get no days off, and it's just relentless, and don't get to see their families as often. But I don't know. I mean, if you're killing it, then
Yeah.
it must be nice too.
Do you think there's a benefit to you guys not being like signed to any labels or like have like really strong commitments? Like what?
Definitely, yeah. We get to decide everything that we want to do and play what we want to play and release it when we want to release it. Like we'll have our EP soon, and
Yeah.
we'll maybe release a video before. Or,
Toddy did the artwork for the EP that's to come out. So that's just a decision that we're just like, okay, do it. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have to consult with anyone, so that's nice.
Is there somewhere we can find more of your stuff regarding that?
art stuff, or
All of it?
or the upcoming EP.
Upcoming stuff.
Yeah, just our Instagram, Asi Fui, ASIFUI. We keep that the most updated. I'm sure we'll release sometime this summer. It might be a little pushed back now, but sometime this summer.
Spotify,
Yeah,
Bandcamp.
Spotify.
When you guys were first starting out, was there any like advice that you got that kind of has stuck with you? Like, being a band, I'm sure you hear like, make sure to do this and like blah blah blah. Like, is there anything that's kind of been back in the back of your mind since you started?
Our friend Ike used to always say, always land on the one. Like when in doubt, just make sure you come in on the one so it doesn't sound all out of whack. But
Yeah, one thing, we're all mutual friends of this friend, and I think he taught us a lot. And one thing that I learned from him wasn't a particular lesson he was trying to teach me, but I would just see him constantly hustling. He would go on tour with great, awesome, big bands, and he would come back to town and he could just rest or chill. But instead, he was playing in a band with me. He was producing bands. He was jamming with people, constantly just doing. So that's definitely the biggest lesson I ever learned, was just, if you have the opportunity, just keep making noise and keep creating.
Do you guys have any side hustles?
Oh, Jesus.
Miguel is Jesus in his side hustle.
Miguel
Yeah, I walk
owns
on water.
a guitar pedal company, and he makes and builds his own designed pedals and amps. This amp that he's using is his own, that he built from scratch, and it's
A
called
lot of side
Stacks
hustles.
Effects.
Yeah.
My God. Did you do that pedal too?
Pretty much anyone in Long Beach probably owns one of his pedals.
Really?
And
Oh my gosh.
more, and
That's great. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming in the studio today. It's been great to hear you guys. Well, thank you for guys for coming in.
thank you
Thank
for
you for
having us. It
having
was
us.
really fun.
Our pleasure.
And thank you for watching Titan Radio Live, a collaboration effort between Titan TV and Titan Radio. I'm your host, Raven Bennett-Burns, and we'll see you next time.